The Russian squat program, let's talk about it. I'm making this video in response to Sika Strength's critique to the Russian squat program. And so, yeah, let's get into it. Right in my eyes. There we go. Okay, so first thing they say about it is no one runs the Russian squat program if it is their job to get stronger. I personally think that this is a fairly moot point. Like, you're talking about the top 1% of the population of people that do any sort of squat program. So of course they're not going to be running a highly individualized squat program, because at this point they're so advanced, they obviously need something more specific. Most people interested in it are just regular people trying to lift, get stronger. On top of that, most of those regular people could be like myself. You have a family, you're paying a mortgage, you don't have a lot of income on top of all your expenses to pay for an individualized squat program. Also, I just want to say I have nothing against the Sika Strength guys. I just have been doing this program and I have never done this before, actually. So that being said, I could be totally wrong on this, and I will own up to this. Also, another reason why I'm skeptical that there are programs that are head and shoulders better than Smolov or the Russian squat program is because strength and conditioning is not rocket science. At the end of the day, it is about progressive overload. There are different ways to do progressive overload, but there are only so many ways to actually do it. To say that there's programs that are miles ahead, I'm just highly skeptical. There could be, but I'm sure you're going to be paying a lot of money for them. And the Russian squat program is free. You can go on Google, you can stick in your PR, and it will calculate. It'll give you reps, sets, weights, no headache. Russian squat program is brutal. I'm not going to deny it. I modified it to 2 days a week because there's just no way in high heaven that I was going to hit 2 days a week of as heavy as they wanted me to be. So there's a few different things you can do to modify it to make it more accessible. You don't have to use your actual 1 rep max. You could use your 90 or even probably like 85%, and I'm sure you would gain significant strength gains on that. Do what I'm doing, which is extend the program, do it twice a week. So you have one heavy day and then one lighter day, less volume. That lesser day is about technique. Dang it, I'm forgetting the guy, but there's a guy on Instagram, has a huge high bar squat, and he talked about what he does, what he did to get to that level, and it was essentially that. He was only squatting 2 days a week, one hard, heavy day, one lighter technique day. I will agree with Sika Strength on this. This Russian squat program is not designed for someone who's natural. And that is why, if you are not enhanced, it is definitely to your benefit to probably modify it. The point that Ian makes towards the end about who actually made the Russian squat program, that is an irrelevant point. It's not about who made it, but it's about how effective it is. When it comes to getting stronger, you are always weighing a risk to reward ratio. Last winter, Clarence Kennedy put out a video talking about his 5x5 at 80%, 5 days a week, plus some other things that he was doing to get to his 300 kg plus squat. He, at the end of it, recommended that nobody runs that. And I get that, but I ran it anyways. And in 4 weeks, I hit a 35-pound PR. And on top of that, the only way I modified it was I was okay with some days, instead of being at 80%, going down to 76. And then, but then some days I pushed it up all the way up to, I think, 86%. So there was a little bit of based on how I felt on those days. And then another thing I added was every week I did 1 to 2 heavy singles. I think some of the critiques are valid that they have, specifically when it comes to, like, if you're natural. What people need, they don't need the wheel reinvented. They just need a squat program that provides them with progressive overload. Even a modified Russian Russian squat program provides that. I do think it's valuable. It's not overrated. All you need to do is go on Reddit and you can see a ton of testimonies as to how beneficial it was to so many people. They were wrong in that weightlifters run this program regularly. We're not talking about Olympic level or even international level weightlifters. We're just talking about more like a general population of hobbyist lifters. And realistically, those are the people that would be most interested in it because they don't have one-on-one coaching. If you're someone like that, it might be in your best interest to, and if you're plateaued, to give it a try. The Russian squat program, there is an increased chance of injury, but that is natural when it comes to pushing any sort of strength numbers. If you're working hard and trying to get stronger, there is always going to be an increased risk. The fact that 50% of these people on their poll got injured, and one thing I've realized is, one, most people get minor injuries and they have no idea how to train through it, okay? When I did the Clarence Kennedy squat program, I had patellar tendonitis like at week 2. And I squat all the way through that and I still hit a 35-pound PR. Most people get one ache or pain and suddenly everything stops for them. And I know this because I've worked and coached people. They don't know how to work around an injury. They don't know how to gauge how severe it is. And then also, a lot of people don't know how to recover. And so obviously when you do an intense squat program, you should be extra intentional with your recovery. That means massage. You should be making sure your nutrition's on point, getting enough sleep. Most people don't do that. So while, yes, the Russian squat program can have a higher risk of injury, there's a huge chance at actual reward. I don't have anything else to say. Cheers. Good luck on your strength journey. Remember, getting strong is not complicated. You just have to progressively overload. And if you find a program that helps you do that, and if you can find it for free, God bless, that is even better. So, skål.